Pulled through so many questions along my way when I decided to switch careers. So yes, I took the bold move to change my path. With your plans come tons of rejections. There'll be zero income dates and even failures aplenty. You win some, you lose a lot. I'm not here to preach or tell you what to do. Rather, I want to help you realize what you can do based on my life. I was told that I was wasting my time. I was asked several times why I left my cushy corporate job to do this. I was questioned on multiple accounts if I was sure of what I was getting myself into. Well, here I am, 7 years and 1,600 shoots later, perfectly happy and content with my life's choices. When I decided to follow my passion, I made sure that I did my due research to understand the demand for a genre like newborn and child photography, or the possibility of such a niche working long term. I weighed my pros and cons and what I could do to tackle those cons. I made a plan A, plan B, C, D, E even to ensure that I was prepared for almost all scenarios. So yes, I'm a bit of a low risk taker and I didn't build castles in the air, not without a safety net to keep me rooted. In other words, I'm telling you that yes, you can dream big. You can follow your passion. But I'm telling you to do that after getting your homework done. You can dream, but not without laying out the foundation to achieve it. Hello everyone. I am Amrita Samant, a maternity, newborn and family photographer, better recognized as Mommyshotsbyamrita today. Let me jog you back to my early days to help you understand who I am and why I do what I do. I always had a craving to do something creative. Even as I grew up, I was involved in extracurricular activities like theater, dance, etc. I fell in love with the performing arts, and till date, I continued to indulge in it. Heck, even when I was working in my corporate job, I was involved in various creative gigs. So much so that I explored 10 different creative career opportunities while working my full-time job just to seek my creative calling. But you see, it wasn't enough. As much as I loved my job and the people that I worked with, it just didn't feel complete. I had to satisfy that desire to do something more, something to satiate that artist in me. I think you can sense where I'm going with this. Well, after being in the corporate world for around 7 years, I finally realized what my true calling was: photography. And it was only a matter of a brainwave to combine two of my favorite things, babies and photography, which led me to start up Mommyshotsbyamrita. Now you can see why people threw so many questions along my way when I decided to switch careers. They were afraid that I was making a rash decision, that I was blindly following my passion, but that wasn't the case for me. Newborn photography wasn't just a hobby that I could do whenever I was free. I was aware of how much time and effort it takes to build your skills as a newborn photographer. And that's why I realized that this wasn't just a side hustle, but a different career option altogether. So yes, I took the bold move to change my path. And I was very sure that I wasn't building any castles in the air. Now don't worry, I'm not here to preach or tell you what to do. Rather, I want to help you realize what you can do based on my life. So yes, if you found something that you are deeply passionate about, that is honestly amazing. Because there are a lot of people out there who are not sure of what they want to do. So it's great that you've come this far. But here is where you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, to take a look at all the hustle that's required to drive your passion to something big, something substantial even. When I left my corporate job, I really had nothing but my savings to rely on. And I did leave at a very critical point in my career. So I knew that there was no going back and that I had one chance to do this and I had to do it well. So I asked myself, what was my big picture? Where did I see myself, say, 5 years from now? That vision became my goal. And I jotted down my sub-goals that I need to achieve to get to the end point. As I said, I bombarded myself with 1,000 routes in my head, alternate routes I can take if one doesn't work. Likewise, you need to prepare yourself with all the possibilities and come up with a backup plan. You need to be ready to put in a lot of hard work than ever before. More than anything, you need to realize that success doesn't happen overnight. Then you soon realize that perseverance isn't enough. You have to acknowledge that your passion has now become your livelihood. And so you need to find ways to ensure you keep that income flowing in. With your plans come tons of rejections. There'll be zero income dates, and even failures aplenty. I always say you win some, you lose a lot. It sounds a little harsh, but that's honestly the truth. And if you prepare yourself well ahead, you won't be surprised or even demotivated by them. Now, there are 1.3 billion people in this country and plenty of kids. So it won't be possible to find at least one client from this huge number, right? That's what kept me going. I knew there was a demand for the genre, and I just had to find out how to bring out that demand to light and show people that my brand and I were capable of meeting that demand. So you hustle until you find your first client, your second, your third, and so on. Like I said, following your dreams and passion shouldn't be about building castles in the air. You need to start by building a strong foundation, and you need to put in the grunt work for that. Now you need to look 10 years ahead and think about how you're going to stay at the top of that game throughout. How are you going to ensure that you remain relevant and unique with the influx of fresh minds and new ideas entering the field? So remember that you have to constantly work on creating your unique style and keep pushing that bar to stay ahead in the space, because no amount of peaks can allow you to be complacent. At the end of the day, just keep in mind that dreams are free, but the hustle, that's sold separately. And there is enough space in the sky for many stars to shine. But before that, you need to ask yourself, are you simply building castles in the air? Or is this your master stroke at life? Thank you.
अगर आप भी इस वीडियो के एंड तक पहुंच गए हैं तो मेरी तरह ही आप भी इंस्पायर जरूर हुए होंगे। आपको भी मोटिवेशन मिली होगी अपने सपनों को पूरा करने की। दोस्तों, सपने तो हम सभी देखते हैं, लेकिन हम में से कुछ ही लोग अपने सपनों को पूरा करने में सक्सेसफुल हो पाते हैं। मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूं कि जो भी इंसान अपने गोल्स को अचीव करने में सक्सेसफुल होता है, उन सभी में कुछ कॉमन स्किल्स होती हैं, जैसे कि अच्छी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स जो कि स्पोकन इंग्लिश से आती हैं। और दोस्तों, हम सभी इस स्किल को मास्टर करके अपनी लाइफ में आगे बढ़ सकते हैं जोश स्किल्स ऐप के साथ। इस ऐप में हम 1 by 1 वोकैबुलरी के नए वर्ड्स, ग्रामर प्रैक्टिसेस, रीडिंग और राइटिंग प्रैक्टिसेस के साथ साथ अपने जैसे अन्य हजारों स्टूडेंट्स के साथ ऑनलाइन इंग्लिश में लाइव बात करके अपनी इंग्लिश को वर्ल्ड क्लास बना सकते हैं। आज ही अपनी सक्सेस की तरफ पहला कदम लें, भारत के नंबर 1 स्पोकन इंग्लिश ऐप जोश स्किल्स के साथ।